At this precise moment, you stand on the threshold of ideas that have sculpted civilizations and carved countless destinies from stone. This is not mere advice. It is the marrow of legacy, distilled from minds bold enough to command empires from echoes of nothingness. The wisdom before you is not transient, not fashionable, not passing. It is the enduring fire that has reshaped the lives of millions and will, if you dare, ignite the very core of your being. Engrave these words upon the bedrock of your subconscious. Let each line pulse as your silent guide, even as the world around you defaults to comfort and average. Success, with all its brilliance and burden, is summoned by a single, relentless choice. A decision with the gravity to realign your fate. Before the profit arrives, before the accolades, before you stand atop your private empire, it germinates as a solitary thought, ferocious, unwavering, immune to circumstance or doubt. The mind of a millionaire is not born in the quiet nursery of a padded account. It is forged relentlessly in the furnace of absolute belief. No school can teach this law. The streets of history are littered with those who chased wealth and returned with empty hands. But those who became architects of value, those who learned to command the unseen forces of resolve and vision, soon found the world at their feet. You don't attract millions by grasping for money. You attract them by becoming the force that commands it. There is a psychology to prosperity, a geometry to building influence, and a pulse at the heart of every fortune traced back to nothing but daring imagination. Do you crave riches that ring through the years, that reshape the landscape of your name? Stop thinking like a seeker clutching at need. Start thinking like a creator, a fountainhead from whom all things flow. Recall the iron insight of Henry Ford. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Absorb this not as a motivational quote, but as a stern, unyielding law. If your mind clings to fear, poverty, or limitation, you will rot beneath their weight. But if your dominant current is faith, clarity, imagination, and relentless will, then even the strongest barriers will crumble and yield. The millionaire mind is not a beggar at opportunity's door. It is the sculptor, the storm that bends reality through focus and relentless, disciplined vision. Walt Disney conjured a kingdom in the fetid wastes of a swamp. Nikola Tesla perceived a radiant world pulsing with wireless energy before most homes even left the candle behind. These luminaries did not wait for the world's permission. They thought differently, believed with obsession, acted as if the unseen was already reality. You must start within, because you can never live a life out of harmony with your deepest convictions. No business plan, no flurry of action, no clever deal will last if your inner thermostat is locked at mediocrity. The instant you accept that abundance begins in the sanctuary of your own being, you seize the master key to your unconscious destiny, that persistent, whispering voice, "I'm not ready. I'm not enough. I could never," is not the essence of who you are. It is the ghost of ancestral fears, programmed quietly into your foundation by the limitations of others. But the mind is programmable. The giants of wealth and achievement in every age have known this. Consider Dr. Maxwell Maltz's revelation. As patients transformed their self-image, every branch of their life, confidence, relationships, income, existence itself, transfigured as well. The subconscious mind is indifferent to what is real. It simply obeys the repeated command. Declare yourself poor, and your reality will converge to that end. Declare yourself powerful, a creator worthy of riches, and your mind will marshal everything at its disposal to embody that reality. What scripts are you reciting every day? What scenes dominate your mental theater? Because what you dwell upon, you ultimately dwell within. Become the architect of your own palatial mind. Mold your wealth there first. Wander deliberately through the corridors of your envisioned mansion. Shake hands with partners you've yet to meet. Feel, in the stillness behind closed eyes, the precise weight of prosperity landing in your hands. Live from there. Think from there. Return to the world, and act as one who has already arrived. The world waits for those who already inhabit their future mentally, not those who demand proof. Proof is for the crowd. Belief is for the leader. Listen carefully. You don't think like a millionaire by consuming quotes. You think like one by living a code, unbending, written in the sharp ink of clarity. You must not merely wish, you must know, with blinding precision, what you will claim from life. Don't beg the universe for success. That's vague begging. Command your life to take shape. See the precise figures. Name the companies you will erect. Detail, with ruthless accuracy, the way you will live. Clarity is the mother tongue of the subconscious. Vague aims breed scattered fates. Precision bends the world in your favor. Andrew Carnegie decreed, "You must know exactly what you want. If you do not, you will never get it." His words were not hopeful. They were absolute. And the universe could do nothing but obey a mind so certain. The ordinary mind says, "I hope I can do it." The mind forged for abundance states, "It is already written. Now I must claim what is mine." And once vision is engraved in your core, make its fuel something that sets your very spirit aflame. Not for trinkets or outward display, but for a purpose that scorches the fog from your soul. Millionaires don't rise for status. They rise for impact. Henry Ford built a moving nation so every worker could afford dignity and hope. Thomas Edison labored not for gold, but to illuminate the darkness for all mankind. True wealth is a spillover from service to something greater than self. What would pull you heavenward, even if no applause ever greeted you? What would set your nerves alight while all the world slumbers? There lies your authentic fuel. Feed it, breathe it, let it consume hesitation. Because discipline chained to hollow aims is torture, but discipline burning for vision, that is the doorway to immortality. Now you move. Not someday, not when you feel ready, not when the timing is neat. Now, millionaires set their own stars in alignment. They do not wait for permission from the cosmos. Edison met failure not by retreating, but by recording 10,000 ways that won't work. A lesson not on money, but on the architecture of perseverance. Every wealthy mind shares one trait: relentless, aggressive action. Not perfection, not hesitation, not analysis. Action. Andrew Carnegie built over 100 millionaires not by handing them gold, but by giving them belief and demanding they move. You don't need more information. You need more execution. You need to turn your vision into motion, to act as if your future depends on you, because it does. You don't rise by doing what's easy. You rise by doing what others won't. Waking before dawn, reading daily, planning every hour, refusing distractions, pushing through rejection, facing down fear, sitting in silence, studying your craft, sharpening your mind, sacrificing comfort for greatness. These are not millionaire habits. These are millionaire standards. And standards shape reality. If you tolerate average, you'll receive it. But if you demand excellence from yourself, you will attract a life most only dream about. There will come a day when the world sees what you've been building in silence. But first, you must earn it in the darkness. The mind of a millionaire is not built in the spotlight. It is carved in private discipline, in those lonely early mornings when no one applauds you, in those quiet nights when the world sleeps and you study, write, prepare. That's where wealth begins. That's where champions are born. Alexander Graham Bell didn't invent the telephone by seeking approval. He lived in obsession, laser-focused thought, single-minded determination, and a refusal to quit until the invisible became real. Stop thinking like a follower. Stop wasting time. Stop comparing. Stop outsourcing your self-worth to opinions. A millionaire doesn't ask, "Do they approve?" They ask, "Is this aligned with my vision?" The crowd waits to be told. The leader decides and acts. The masses react emotionally. The millionaire responds strategically. This is the inner war. The war between the present version of you and the one you must become. You will feel resistance. You will feel fear. That's how you know the old you is dying. Because your brain was not designed to make you rich. It was designed to make you safe, to avoid risk, to seek comfort, to stay familiar. But wealth does not live in comfort. It lives in courage. It lives in uncertainty. It lives where 99% of people turn back. And in those moments when your doubts scream louder than your dreams, remember this: you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker, and you can choose new thoughts every day. You have the power through repetition to rewire reality. Every affirmation, every visualization, every action, it's all programming. You are either programming your future or replaying your past. Dale Carnegie said, "Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage." You can't think your way into confidence. You must act your way into a new identity. Write the vision, feel the vision, live the vision, then move toward it every single day with violent consistency. No 0 days, no skipping the work, no tolerating mediocrity. The millionaire mind doesn't look for motivation. It runs on commitment. Commitment to self, commitment to growth, commitment to becoming undeniable. You must become mentally invincible because the world will test you. People will doubt you. Failure will strike you down. But if your mind is fortified, if your belief is steel, if your standards reach toward the heavens, then nothing can take from you what you've decided is yours. That is self-mastery. That is how millionaires are born in thought and revealed in time. Here's what they'll never tell you in books or podcasts. You don't need to feel like doing it. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to begin. You just need to go all in, without certainty, without applause, without proof, and let your actions rewrite your destiny. Ogmandino declared, "I will persist until I succeed." Not, "I will try," not, "I hope," I will persist. That is the language of a millionaire, and it must become yours. Persistence is not talent. It is decision. It is daily. It is when you say, "This is mine, and I will not stop until I have it in my hands." The average mind gives up when it gets hard. The millionaire mind digs deeper, pushes through, because it understands something sacred. The dream is on the other side of exhaustion. The treasure is behind the last door. Most never make it there because they stop 3 feet from gold. Don't stop. Don't you dare stop. Not until your mind reflects the millionaire you were born to become. Because you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You must become it in thought, in word, in energy, in behavior, in belief before it ever becomes your reality. Think rich, speak rich, move rich, give rich, live rich. The money is a mirror, but the mind, The mind is the mold. So sculpt it, shape it, fortify it, and watch the world bend to it. Right here, in this moment, you're standing between the life you've known and the one that's waiting to be claimed. Not earned, claimed. Because wealth isn't something earned only by hard labor. It's something claimed by clarity, demanded by belief, and backed by unshakable action. Every great builder of fortune knew this. Before the gold ever appeared, before the business scaled, before the investors said yes, they had already made the decision. A decision so loud, so absolute, that the universe itself had no choice but to respond. Wallace D. Wattles called it thinking in a certain way. He didn't mean wishful thinking. He meant knowing with unwavering certainty that you are the cause, not the effect, that your thoughts create substance, that your inner world reshapes the outer. But you must protect that knowing like a flame in the wind. Because the moment you begin to rise, the world will try to pull you back. They'll say, be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. Just be grateful for what you have. But those aren't truths. They're traps designed to keep you small, to rob you of your birthright, to convince you that greatness is for others, not for you. I tell you today, that is a lie. You were not born for mediocrity. You were not placed on this earth to get by. You were not designed to drift. You were designed to dominate, to expand, to multiply your gifts, to think thoughts so bold they make small minds uncomfortable. That is what it means to think like a millionaire. It is not about greed. It is not about status. It is about responsibility. You are responsible for the power you hold. You are responsible for your vision. You are responsible for becoming what your soul already knows you are. And that requires intensity, conviction, a fire in the chest that says, I will either succeed or I will die trying, but I will never go back to living like I did. That's the mindset of Tesla, of Disney, of Nightingale, of every mind that ever bent the world toward their vision. You want to become a millionaire? Begin to walk like one, talk like one, study like one, give like one, create like one, move like one. Not someday. Today. Every word you speak it from the place of your future self. Every decision you make, ask yourself, is this aligned with the version of me who already made it? Because that future version of you is watching you. Your future self is watching every move you make, asking silently, will they rise or retreat? That future version of you doesn't live in the future. They already exist right now inside of you, buried beneath the noise, the lies, the fear. You don't have to find them. You have to unleash them. Let go of the identity that says maybe. Let go of the version of you that doubts. Kill the small voice. Starve it with bold action, with new thoughts, with tenacity so raw it terrifies your comfort zone. Because the clock is ticking, and you are not here forever. One day, your name will be spoken for the last time. Your story will end. And the only question that will remain is, did you rise? Did you live with purpose? Did you give everything you had to become everything you were meant to be? The world doesn't need more employees of fear. It needs warriors of vision, creators of destiny, architects of abundance. So, make the decision. Make it now. To think like a millionaire, to believe like a leader, to act like the future is already yours. Burn the bridge to average. Torch the backup plan. Declare it with your whole chest. I am already wealthy in mind, and my reality is catching up, because it is. And every thought you think from this day forward is either building your kingdom or burning it. So choose wisely, live boldly, and never forget. The riches of this world are not found in what you see. They are hidden in how you think. Think like a millionaire and the world will kneel before your vision, because it always has and it always will.